Hey everybody, Rosematter here. Welcome back to my Tsukihime playthrough. Today we're going to be finishing up the Ciel route. Quite a bit of stuff happening in the past few episodes. A lot that we learned about Ciel, about who she actually is. And it's just absolutely wild. But now we're kind of coming to the end game here of her wanting to take me to the church to try and see if we can extract Roa out of me and be able to save Shiki. So yeah, let's go ahead and finish up Ciel's route and see how it concludes. The room feels empty without Ciel here. It's past 7 in the morning. My body still feels tired after everything that happened last night. Monday. Normally it would be time for me to go to school, but Ciel firmly told me not to leave this room. It's better if I don't go anywhere until Ciel returns. Having to tell Aki I won't be coming back for a while. And to Kohaku-san. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a little awkward after what I did at Kohaku. I don't think she's going to be too upset that I'm not there. I can't be forgiven, but the fact is, I have to apologize to her. It's painful to leave those two things aside, but right now, I think dealing with Roa takes priority. I pull the sheets over my head. Resisting the tightness I feel in my chest, I fall asleep once more. Has your goal changed? No, the goal itself has not changed. I aim for eternity. I tried to seek out eternity for no reason. That was really a pure, undefiled will. Changed. I've changed. My goal, the goal of attaining eternity, has been degraded to a means to an end. How ugly is this? I understand so myself, yet I cannot change my heart. That woman, because of that woman, I became impure. But what should I do? The human species does not have the power to live for 1,000 years. Mentally and physically, a human vessel cannot resist the wearing down of time. Even if you gained an immortal body as a vampire, you cannot stop the aging of the mind. You can stop the aging, but that is only a halt. There's no meaning to a mind which is stopped. I have to exist with the purity of my essence preserved. Unless I can be like that, I won't reach that woman. As expected, I'll use the method of reincarnation. Restarting from birth, being myself, and dying once more. In this cycle, I can exist while preserving the purity of myself. What I regret is that I've lost my original purity. I, like those other pitiful wretches, am wishing to continue existing as myself as it is right now. It was the first time I knew hate, because it was a downfall which would have never occurred if that woman did not exist. That woman? I remember a strong will and wake up. That woman's got the Arcueid, obviously. Throb. The Arcueid's still running around, isn't she? Ouch. Throb. This woman I know? Throb. Gah. What is this headache? It could also be, Ciel definitely came in and interfered with it as well. Oh shit, so it'd be like, maybe it was like Roa's gonna try and convince me to like kill Ciel, or kill Arcueid, or both. It isn't natural. I hold my head with both hands. It hurts. I've never felt pain like this before. My head feels like it's being hit with a hammer. Stop. If this keeps up, it'll split apart. My head will shatter apart. My body convulses. It hurts. Won't it ever stop? It hurts so much that I smash my head against the table. A shattering sound. The glass table breaks into pieces. Blood flows from my forehead, but it doesn't hurt one bit. More than that, this headache that came for no reason is far more unbearable. I can't even pass out. How many seconds, how many minutes, how many hours will this pain last? Help. It hurts. I'm trying to do something about it. I stab my hand with my knife. It's no good. It doesn't hurt at all. Ciel senpai's not come back yet. I look at the clock, and it isn't even noon. It hasn't even been an hour since I woke up. There is another 20 hours until tomorrow morning. Just knowing that almost makes me go insane. Throb, throb, throb. I don't even know how long I withstood this pain. I passed my limit long ago. With all this pain, I'll die long before Ciel comes back. If I'm in this room, this headache will stay. Outside, I have to go outside or I'll go insane. Yeah, it's like Roa's trying to lead me maybe to like to go get Arcueid by just telling me, like giving me this headache and be like, you need to go, you need to go. I can't. Ciel told me not to leave this room, but if I stay here, I'll die before Roa takes over me. I'm saying I can't. My legs head towards the door. For no reason. I really wanted to see the golden moon. The lines won't disappear. The wavering in my vision worsens. The night city is shrouded in a white fog, as if it was a city that died thousands of years ago. There's no sign of anyone else. A cocoon that's like a spider's web is everywhere on every building. It's terribly quiet, like a dead city at the bottom of a vast ocean. In that illusion, I still walk. Overhead, the large golden moon shines radiantly. Is it to the mercy of the moon? My headache has disappeared, and my head is in a daze. Under the moon, as if under a spell, I continue walking. Oh, I'm at the park, where Arcueid's probably going to be. Night hangs over the park. In the middle of my hazy vision, there's one figure that looks clear. For some reason, it seems like the other me wanted this. The moonlight is strong. Under the light as bright as the sun. There, Arcueid stands dressed in white. It's been a while. Isn't it a wonderful moon tonight, Shiki? Arcueid, didn't you go back? No, I haven't fulfilled my objective yet. I can't go back before then, can I? Effortlessly, Arcueid looks at me with crimson eyes. My breathing stops in my throat. An unnatural pressure, nothing like when I confronted Senpai. This is the pressure that I felt being confronted as her enemy. I can't breathe. My throat doesn't move. If I do such extraneous movement, she would tear it out at that moment. Stupid Shiki. This wouldn't have happened if you didn't side with that woman. Arcueid shows just a brief moment of pity. Then her eyes light up with pure delight, like a happy child. So, how is it, Shiki? How does it feel to have Roa inside you? The white vampire princess speaks with indescribable enmity in her voice. Feeling the danger that sends chills up my spine, I clearly realize the situation. Standing before me is Arcueid, who is going to kill me. Our distance is about 7 meters. Damn it, with an opponent like this, you can't even feel safe with 100 meters, but she's only 7 meters away. What kind of nonsense are you saying? I confirm that the knife is in my pocket and play dumb. It's useless, you know. In the first place, Roa was made into a dead apostle by me. It's very easy for me to tell where the person who stole my power is. I see. Come to think of it, Ciel said it before, that Roa became a vampire because he had his blood sucked by Arcueid. I don't know why. There have been 17 reincarnations before this, but this is the first time this has happened. She doesn't even move one bit. There is no reason for her to come closer, because this is well within her range. Crimson eyes. Being stared at by them, my headache returns again. Throb, throb. Inside my head, the vampire called Roa is wanting to emerge. Certainly I can sense Roa. Back then, Roa must have transmitted himself to you. I really don't understand why, though. It hurts. Every time Arcueid says his name, the memories of this guy rage in my brain. Throb, throb, throb. Where was it? Deep in the mountains, an old castle. The figure of a solitary girl bound there. Only that is burned into this man's soul, which has already become only a memory. I don't understand. Even though she was a true ancestor, she was not even told the meaning of her own existence. It was only used as a tool to hunt fallen true apostles. Wait, apostles? Did I say that right? Ancestors. Why did I say apostles? She herself does not receive any wounds whatsoever. The girl painted only in crimson blood of her enemies. Not knowing words, the woman was just looking up at the moon as if she were some sort of an idiot. Overhead, the huge golden moon. In that withering courtyard, only her figure was distinct. He felt her figure was beautiful, for the first time since he was born. Probably, no, definitely, the only time in his life. Michael Roa Valdamyong. Is that the first time we've seen his whole... Now, is it Michael or Mikael? I'm just gonna say Roa. Fell in love with that white woman. So now we're kind of getting the backstory about, like, Roa, like... Did he love her? Did she love him? And then she bit him? Is it, like, does he feel betrayed by her? This is the first time. Not an impulse, but truly Roa's heart. The only remaining emotion. Roa's personality has long since died, but it continues to exist without disappearing. The eternal memory. I see. That's why he hated Arcueid so much. The woman who stole his purity. Just an instant. He only saw her for an instant, but his heart was stolen. That hated true ancestor that caused his purity to fall. That existence. He hated everything about that white vampire princess. What a mistake. What a mistake it was. Roa hated her so much that he reincarnated so many times and always waited for Arcueid to come pursue him each time. For that, he did anything. He deceived Arcueid, fooling her when she didn't even know she was a vampire, and let her suck his blood. Oh, okay. Becoming a dead apostle of Arcueid, he used his power to destroy the remaining true ancestors and waited for her. Why did he not understand the hate that caused him to reincarnate and wait for Arcueid? That isn't hatred. A man called Roa was so pure he didn't even understand his own emotions. To think about someone else so much, it makes you go almost crazy. What do they say? They say the opposite of love isn't hate, it's apathy, right? So it's like hate and love, it feels like they can kind of be in. It's just a very big, you just have big feelings for her. That feeling is very similar to hatred, right? But merely a single word. If this man called Roa could have been told his feeling was love, he wouldn't have made this mistake. For just an instant, no, for a long time, I saw the dream of the instigator of it all, the man who reincarnated to stay in the present. You're pretty composed. You're in front of me and not even running away. Or, did you already give up, Shiki? Give up? What am I going to give up about? I won't lose to Roa. Tomorrow, for sure. Ciel will return, so until then, I can't let myself be killed by Arcueid. Huh? I didn't think you could still bluff around. I really thought over half of you was taken over by Roa already. I see, that's how it is. Her voice sounds happy. I don't know what's so enjoyable, but it seems she still does have those kinds of human feelings. Then, if I can do something, maybe there will be a chance to run away. I don't know what you think you understood, but I'll settle this thing with Roa myself. I won't lose to Roa. If you say you want to kill Roa, then I'll kill him myself for you. So you can just... I won't listen if you tell me to go back. You intend to get the help of the church, right? I refuse to let them seal away Roa. Shiki, I want to eliminate Roa so I can get back my power. So, you know, if I don't do it myself, it would be meaningless. And no matter what, you're going to kill me, Arcueid. But Shiki, the Roa inside you is very weak. He probably can't take away a person's will unless he's born into their body. He somehow managed to transmit himself to you, but that was all he could do. He's only able to live as your dark side. Eh? Does that mean Roa's will is almost nothing in me? Oh shit, that means all the stuff he was doing. He was like, oh, it was Roa that told me to do that, but it's like, Arcueid, that means, yes, there's no need for me to kill you if that's the case. I'm just fine just having the power Roa stole from me working under me. That's right, she said that she wanted me to be her, like, servant, basically. She's saying there's no need for me to be killed, so why did she come to see me? Why does she look at me with those serious eyes? I don't understand. What are you trying to say, Arcueid? I'm telling you to become my servant. What? She doesn't seem like she's joking. When Arcueid and Senpai were fighting, she said it was just a joke. What? That wasn't a joke? No, I like you. So isn't it natural for me to want you by my side rather than to kill you? Okay, I think this is a repetition of the conversation I had with her before. Because I definitely remember her telling me she wanted me to be her servant. Snap. With that line, my headache pounds more than it ever has before. Roa, the guy inside my head, rages against her words. I don't know if it comes from delight or from deep jealousy. If you're willing to become my servant, I'll stop Roa from consuming you. I don't think you even need to think about it, seeing how Roa will consume you like this. You say it so simply, but how do you intend to stop this Roa inside me? Huh? The only one who can stop Roa is you, Shiki. But that method would only mean your death. My method is simply strengthening you. As long as your will is stronger than Roa's, then it doesn't matter how much he rages in you, right? Something bursts in my head again. Roa keeps raging. Don't let her fool you, he rages. This woman wants to make you her puppet. Ah, I take a deep breath. I won't believe Roa's words. But even I can understand. The Arcueid now is slightly different from the one I knew. Certainly what she says might possibly stop Roa. But a heart strong enough to resist these headaches means a heart that's so strong it won't feel anything. I take off my glasses. I take the knife out of my pocket. I take the blade out and hold it at eye level. Shiki? I refuse. I'm sorry, but I won't be yours to possess. Because Ciel is going to come back. I see, then I guess it'll just have to be by force. A hard footstep cracks through the air. You killed me once, so I always thought I should pay you back. Her white figure rushes forth with a gust of wind. In that instant, the fight begins. Clang. Her claws meet my knife. Under the golden moon, even if she's my enemy, her figure is still beautiful. Clang. We repel each other again. To be honest, I can't even see her movements. Clang. We repel each other once more. Arcueid isn't serious at all. But still, it should be easy for her to rip off my arms and legs. Clang. We repel each other again. My body moves without thinking. My arms and legs, this body with just the intention of not dying, fends off Arcueid's claws by itself. My lips curl in irony. I don't want to admit it, but it seems my body has become beyond that of a human's. In the dead of night, it seems Tohno Shiki has become like Shiki, probably able to easily jump off the third floor of a building and be just fine. Clang. But this is it. From the very start, I knew I couldn't win against Arcueid. First of all, I can't even see any lines on her. I have no way of hurting her. Arcueid said it once, that during nighttime, there's nothing which can cause her death. Clang. She hits my knife. With just a swing of her arm, I fly through the air. I manage to land on the ground and ready my knife. No matter how much I look, I can't see any lines on her. Damn it, what nonsense you are. Yes, I'm right. In the deep night, without the mercy of the sun, facing the princess of the moon is too reckless. My throat's burning. My heart feels like it'll explode. I realize that since I saw her tonight, I was under the pressure of her crimson eyes, and I haven't been able to breathe well. Have you realized it yet? She isn't even out of breath. Even though I'm gasping for air, and my heart feels like it'll stop, she's completely relaxed. Geez, you really are stubborn. If you had that much strength, you should have just gone ahead and killed Roa. What are you saying? Gasping, I managed to suck in air. Kill Roa? That means to kill myself, right? Well, to fight and kill myself rather than running away may indicate a strong heart, but you don't seem to understand. Shiki, your eyes do not kill the body, but the meaning, existence itself. The death of things. Those points are not something that kills the body. It doesn't mean you're killing their life. That kind of power is very common in this world. Shiki, your unique eyes, they kill the meaning of things. What is destroyed is the existence. The extinguishing of life is only a side effect that comes afterwards. With your power, it's possible to kill the soul without harming the body. Usually a body without a soul will cease to live, so it's like suicide. But that's different for you right now, right? Because you have two souls in one body. Well, it's always the case that the weaker one loses. You do seem to be about even right now with Roa. I suppose there is a high probability that you both will disappear. Hey, wait, what do you... No, I won't wait. Ugh, I hear a sound from behind my head. Her body pushes up against my shoulders. I'm down. In an instant, without me knowing what's going on, Arcueid has pinned me down. Arcueid glares at me without speaking. Her body weight against my shoulders. She stops, as if hesitating over what to do with me. I gasp, but it might have just been her silence. This close, now that we're so close, I may be able to see it. I stare at her body. The core of my brain screams in protest. Completely unlike the pain of my headache before, as if it really were tearing itself apart. But it's no good. I can't read the death from an existence like Arcueid. Daytime might be different. But at night, she's close to being a perfect life form that doesn't even carry the concept of death. What do you intend to do with Roa, Arcueid? You said you wouldn't kill me. But as long as I live, Roa will still be alive. I don't care about a diluted Roa. Yes, that's why I could have let you go, Shiki. Oh, you don't have to go back, hold back. Go ahead and let me go. Don't worry about me, and go home, back to your daddy. But you know, isn't it natural for me to take back my own power? And more than anything else, I do like you. Squeeze. The body weight on my shoulders becomes even heavier. More than killing you and destroying Roa, I want to take you in. So I won't kill you, her red eyes seem to say. I can't believe it, but it seems I really like you. That's why I'll save you. I won't suck your blood, and I won't do anything you won't like. So please listen to what I tell you, her red eyes say. Those are without a doubt her true feelings. Alright, here we go, the big choice here. Alright, let's start with a good ending first, which is to obey Arcueid. I don't think Ciel would be too happy about this. I remember the times I spent with Arcueid. The First time I saw her, I was certainly insane. I like how this is the Ciel ending, and yet it's still kind of ending with a choice to do with Arcueid. I don't know what caused that impulse, but still, there's something I can be sure of. I, Tohno Shiki, the instant I saw that white vampire, had my heart stolen. It feels like she's just gonna creep into, like, no matter which route I take. You know, when I'm supposed to, like, I be romancing these characters, she seems to be, like, the one that I keep coming back to. Even though she's a vampire, a true ancestor, she's still innocent. She lacks common sense and was the one who got me involved in this mess. Even though I killed her, she forgave me with a smile. An unknown image of the past, the parasitic ghost of Roa's attachment to Arcueid Brunstad. Even if it influenced me, This is your last chance, Shiki. Do as I say. Arcueid's voice is shaking. Her voice filled with fear of rejection tells me the most important person to me is Ciel. But that doesn't mean I can hate this person. Holding Ciel dear to me is true, but my fondness for Arcueid is also true. It has nothing to do with Roa's influence. As Tohno Shiki, I am attracted to her. Poor Ciel, man. They just had like that very romantic night. He was saying that he loved Ciel, and then he just goes and becomes Arcueid's servant, basically. Shiki, do you really hate me that much? Don't be ridiculous. If I could hate you so simply, things wouldn't have turned out this way. I apologize to Ciel in my head as I say that. Eh? Arcueid tilts her head. Wait, Shiki, what does that mean? This idiot. Damn, she just won't understand unless you say it directly. Arcueid, I'm sorry, Ciel. I'm about to say something I shouldn't. I can't hate you. I'm probably attracted to you. Arcueid's eyes narrow, after a tense pause. Really? She asks in a drained voice. Hey now, it's useless to lie in this kind of situation. I don't want to admit it, but I'm attracted to you. Ever since I've met you, I've always been attracted to you. Arcueid's face brightens. Her hands, which were pinning me down, lets go. She happily tries to get up. But I still can't do as you say. Oh, she freezes instantly. She takes her hands, which were letting go, and puts them on my arms again. Shiki, what do you mean? If you like me, why can't you listen to what I say? Or are you saying you can't trust what I say? I believe you. You have a lot of secrets, but you've never lied to me. And if you say it's possible to do something about Roa, then it's probably true. You understand. Then what's wrong? Don't tell me you don't want to get rid of Roa's power. She stares at me, dissatisfied. Geez, no matter what situation we're in, I guess she'll always be a bit off. Hey, I'm just an average guy. I wouldn't want this power even if you asked me to take it. If I could, I want to throw it into a trash can right now. Then why don't you want this? If you become my servant, you could bring Roa down right away. Shiki, you're being weird. You're the weird one. Look, Arcueid, I'm attracted to you, but the one I like the most is someone else. That's why I'll never become yours. Oh, I see. Shiki, you're still saying that woman is better. And then she just fucking kills me. Arcueid's voice turns cold. Of all the women, why did it have to be Ciel? This is bad. I think I really got her pissed. That's fine. I don't mind if you like someone else. Shiki, you're the first person I've ever liked. So, if you like me even just a little bit, then nothing else matters. So, even if you don't think about me the most, I don't mind. Because if you're my number one, isn't that enough? Cold eyes shine over her smile. A mixture of chilling coldness and innocence. But that woman's different. If she's the one to take you from me, it's better if you hate me. In the end, I guess I do have to use force. You may hate me for this, but if I do this, you'll never be able to leave me. Arcueid bites her lip after saying that. Drip. A bead of red blood forms on her lip. Hey, Arc, wait! I yell out, sensing some kind of danger. But Arcueid looks down and pretends not to hear me. I try to free myself, but I'm not in time. Like that. Arcueid's lips press onto my mouth. This isn't a kiss. Arcueid is just trying to get me to drink her blood. Something tells me this is really bad, and I resist frantically, but her arms grabbing mine are strong, and the sensation of her lips feels so good. My struggles grow weaker and weaker. You filthy thing! Oh shit, and then my whole world suddenly jolts. Ciel. Did Ciel show up? When I open my eyes, I see Arcueid's body flying through the air. Arcueid was hit directly by countless swords that came flying through the air, and she flew right along the brick pathway and disappeared into the trees. Eh? I look down the opposite direction from where Arcueid disappeared to. Crap. I see Ciel-senpai's there, her shoulders shaking. I can feel the heat of her glare. Staring at me like I was her enemy, Ciel walks over with— yeah, that's gonna look bad depending on when she showed up. Like, she told me to stay in her room. That's all I had to do. Instead, I left her room, and then she sees me basically kissing Arcueid. Ciel walks over with sharp footsteps. She smiles and stretches out her hand to me. I grab her hand and manage to stand up. Ciel-senpai? You're back already. I was worried about you, Tohno-kun, so I hurried back. But when I came back to my room, I was surprised. I told you not to leave the room, but you weren't there. There's a big reason for that, and it's a long story. And please go ahead. I don't know what you were doing with Arcueid, but I'll at least listen to your excuse. Senpai, I'll say this now, but it isn't what you think. I didn't do anything with Arcueid. What you're thinking is just a false accusation. I see. So you're saying there's nothing going on, and it's all just a misunderstanding on my part? Yeah, alright. This feels like a bad— this is supposed to be the good ending? I feel like she's just gonna kill me. Alright, way to go, Ciel-senpai. I knew you'd understand right away. I raise my hands in the air and cheer. Ugh. Being glared at, I lower my hands. Oh well, unfortunately taking care of her takes priority right now, but Tohno-kun, I'll definitely ask you about this later on. She looks away from me and towards the thick trees. Even I can feel something straining forth from that direction. A chill, an uneasiness like an unseen poison is starting to fill the air. Please, get away, Tohno-kun. Ciel walks towards the bushes that Arcueid disappeared into. Get away? Ciel! I can't listen. Before, Ciel and Arcueid fought in this park. Even at that time, Ciel didn't stand a chance against her, so I can't let her fight with Arcueid alone. But I don't want to even think about me and Ciel both attacking Arcueid. Wait, senpai, Arcueid didn't do anything. She's not a bad vampire, so— Tohno-kun, when it comes to vampires, good and evil don't matter. They are on an existence that must be eliminated once they mix into human society. And it's already too late. She intends to kill us already. It's funny how she says this, but like, I mean, I'm not a full-fledged vampire, but I have one in me, but she's giving me a little bit of leeway and trying to save me. Before I can say that's not true, Arcueid's figure appears, swaying like she's sowing the seeds of death. Another surprise attack, not so much you being unoriginal, but just having a sick personality instead. You talk too much, against an opponent who emerges unscratched where normal vampires would have been killed 6 times over by these black keys. Any method should be fair. It's sickening to have a monster like you comment on my personality. Sparks are flying between the two of them. That isn't a metaphor. The air really is charged. Arcueid's hostility invades the air so much that the simple act of breathing burns my lungs. Ciel-senpai is similar, and it seems her robe is more bulky than usual. Seems like she's prepared for total war this time, and it looks like she's hiding all sorts of freaky weapons under there. Oh, I wondered where what you did going back to the church, but bringing out the black barrel? I guess the rumor of you giving boring knowledge to enhance was true. Doesn't concern you. Since you'll be sealed here, there won't be anything that will concern you ever again. Arcueid's arm lowers. She's serious. The next instant, she'll probably attack Ciel. Ciel would fight back, no matter who wins. I already know someone's going to get hurt. I can't let that happen. I couldn't stop it before, but now this time, I have to stop it. I'm the one who brought the situation on. Ciel-senpai and Arcueid. I think they're both very important to me, then. You stupid idiots. I have to stop them even if it costs me my life. The air vibrates. Arcueid is looking directly at Ciel's neck. Before then, wait! I throw myself between the two of them. He's like, can't we be... Let's be all together. Let's have a little harem. Both of you can have me. You're in the way. Be quiet, Shiki. You're in the way. Please get back, Tohno-kun. I'm pierced by both of their gazes. A headache and chills. They both really think that I'm in the way. My spine screams as I bear the full brunt of their enmity. What's more, my headache worsens. It's in reaction to seriously gazing at the lines of death, and Roa's reaction to me trying to kill Arcueid, perhaps. Stop it, you two. There's no need for you to fight. Don't be ridiculous. There never was a reason in the first place. Just get back, Shiki. Even if it's you, I won't let you go if you get in my way. Just like she says. This does not concern you, Tohno-kun. Even if you stay there, we're going to fight anyway. They're not listening to a word I say. Well, I was prepared for that anyway. I see. Then it can't be helped. If you're going to fight no matter what, then I'll have to do it myself. Oh shit, I wonder if he's gonna just like... If he's like, if it's Roa you're concerned about, I'll just kill myself, maybe? So you don't have to worry about it, eh? It can't be helped if you don't listen to what I say. You two intend to kill each other. I'll have to stop you, even if I have to kill. Oh shit. Gripping my knife strongly, I stare at the world almost hard enough to fry my brain. Thump. My brain throbs, as if it's turned into another heart. Bathed in an agony where sucking in my breath seems to break every bone in my body, I stare at the death all around me. Tohno-kun, you shouldn't. If you use your eyes like that, the blood vessels in your brain will explode. I can't help it. If I don't do this, I can't stop Arcueid. In contrast to the panicking Ciel, Arcueid just stares at me with cold eyes. Damn it, Arcueid's standing like that. It seems like she knows I can't see any of her lines. Of course, you just risking your life won't let you see any points of death on me. Well, you may be able to find some lines, but that's meaningless as well. Why you're not cute at all. Crap, I'm going to pass out. You understand, then stop. If your consciousness dies, then Roa will take over. If that happens, then not even I can help you, Shiki. I can hear Arcueid's voice. All the same, I've decided to stop them. Such a thing can't stop me. Tohno-kun, you can see lines on Arcueid? Suddenly, Ciel-senpai's voice calls out. Arcueid clicks her tongue disappointedly. Ciel-senpai rushes towards me, ignoring Arcueid who just stands there. Tell me, Tohno-kun, you can see lines on Arcueid? I nod to Ciel's frantic question. Good, then you can be helped, Tohno-kun. I gave up hope, but with this, we really can separate Roa from you. Hostility I sensed from Senpai disappears. Thank God. I don't know why, but it seems like Ciel has stopped fighting Arcueid. I see. Senpai, you found a way to eliminate Roa from inside me at the church. Her enthusiastic voice cuts off. Ciel looks down, then raises her head. No, there was no way to help you at the church. I came back this early because it was a dead end. I gasp automatically, because that means the only thing left for me is to become consumed by Roa. But Tohno-kun, if you can see that which can cause Arcueid's death, then it's a different story. Roa is Arcueid's dead apostle. Even if he's separated right now, his connection to Arcueid as the source of his power doesn't change. So if you are able to destroy Arcueid, then Roa will have to get weaker. What? Huh? I can't quite grasp what she says right away. Arcueid just stands there listening to the conversation between Ciel and me. By myself, no, even with a treasure of the church, I cannot destroy Arcueid, a true ancestor. The best I can do is to seal her away, but if you can see those causes of death on her, then it's a different story. Tohno-kun, lend me your power. If you help me, even I can kill Arcueid. My breath stops in my throat. Me? Help kill Arcueid? Me. She's saying I have to help kill Arcueid so I can save myself from Roa? No, I can't do that. Eh? Their voices overlap once more. What are you saying, Tohno-kun? If you don't do that, Roa will take over. Weren't you looking for her lines to kill her? No, you got it wrong, Senpai. Ciel, I don't want to kill Arcueid at all. I just wanted you two to stop fighting, and this was the only way I thought I could stop it. That may be true, but if you do not kill Arcueid, you'll disappear, Tohno-kun. I don't want that. Why? Why are you saying Arcueid's life is more important than your own? Senpai's right, but I don't know, but I can't hurt Arcueid. I'm sorry for being selfish, Ciel. I can't hate her. That's why, even to save myself, I can't kill her. Tohno-kun, you like her? Of course not. I love you, Ciel. I mean, I was saying about how I was attracted to Arcueid, but I guess that's a different story. I did say that, like, I love someone more than Arcueid, so I'm not lying there. That's no lie. There's only one person I hold the most dear. Ciel closes her mouth as she hangs her head. I don't sense any hostility or enmity from her at all anymore. Now, if I could get the person staring at me with a sour expression to go away, everything will be just fine. Arcueid, please, can you give up? I'll definitely take Roa. I don't know how long I'll remain, but at the very end, I'll pierce your point of death and kill Roa. Arcueid reads my mind. I refuse. The very end means Roa will have almost taken you over completely. Do you think you can kill yourself in that situation, Shiki? She makes some cutting remarks. Then what are you saying I do? Go tell you once Roa starts to consume me? No, you don't have to go through all that trouble. It'll all be fine if you just kill yourself right here. Easily, with her usual expression. Wow, and then the happy music kicks in. Arcueid speaks cruelly. What are you saying? Such a thing. I would not allow even if Tohno-kun accepted it. Hey, Ciel! I hold back Senpai, who tries to attack Arcueid. Arcueid, maybe that's the best thing for you, but could you just let it go? Nope. You understand that's the best way too, right, Shiki? So I won't wait. If you don't kill Roa right now, things will get difficult later on. I desperately hold on to Ciel, who goes wild in my arms. Well, I wanted Shiki to drink more of my blood, but with Ciel here it's a little difficult, so I'll compromise. Didn't I say so earlier, Shiki, that if you become mine, you could rid yourself of Roa right away? It's already more than half done anyway. Wait, Tohno-kun, you drank some of Arcueid's blood? Breaking free, Ciel Senpai glares at me. Well, when Arcueid was pinning me down earlier, she forced me to... Is there a problem with that, Senpai? Yes, it's a huge problem. With that, you're pretty much under her influence. If you have her blood inside you, you'll be an extension of her, like an arm or a leg. Then you mean... Yes, no different than a dead apostle who gets his blood sucked. I look over to Arcueid. Hee hee hee. Why that little... Smiling like that? No wonder. Arcueid, is this what you mean by using force? What part of this is not doing something I won't like? You've sucked my blood, you big liar. Huh? You got it all wrong. I didn't suck your blood. I just gave you some of my blood, so that's why you didn't turn into a dead apostle. It's the same thing. To have your blood inside someone means they cannot disobey you. And if you go too far, your genetic information as a true ancestor will invade and destroy his human genetic information. If it's your blood, only a little would destroy a human body, right? How rude. I won't make such sloppy mistakes. In the first place, Shiki's body's already invaded by Roa and is almost a vampire's body anyway. In this case, I think my blood helps. Besides, Shiki won't listen to what I say. With only one drop of blood, it'll only take him some willpower to refuse my orders. Besides, I didn't suck Shiki's blood, so his body is his own. You know already, right? A vampire makes a target their own by sucking the target's blood and mixing it with theirs. But still, you forced Tohno-kun to drink your blood. What in the world were you thinking? It's obvious, right? I made it so Shiki can beat Roa even if Shiki and Roa die at the same time. Now Shiki's under my influence, you know? Even if Roa and Shiki are equal. If I give Shiki back up, it's only natural that he'll survive. Ah, Ciel Senpai's mouth opens in shock. Do you understand? You said you'll help Shiki, but my method is much better than yours. Come on, if you understand, then hurry up and get away from him. Ciel Senpai's mouth opens and closes. It seems things have taken a sudden twist. Well, to be honest, I was thinking about not telling you about it, but I think it might be alright. Earlier, Shiki said he liked me. Let's see. If Shiki says he likes me more than Ciel, I'll help out this time. Arcueid smiles, not at me, but at Ciel Senpai. Ciel Senpai's shoulders start quivering furiously. And... hold on a second. No, not a chance. Even without your help, I'll somehow save Tohno-kun. I'll let you go for tonight, so just go back. I suppose I can go back, but then Shiki will disappear. So you're saying it's okay if Roa takes over Shiki as long as his body remains? My body is... Don't be stupid. I want Roa to be destroyed more than you do. I can't bear Roa taking away the person I hold the most dear. Then it's simple. Shiki just has to promise he likes me more, and Roa will be destroyed completely. I think that's fulfilling both of our goals. My body's feelings are starting to fade away. Those are two completely different matters. In the first place, there's no reason for us to trust you. I won't let Tohno-kun walk such a tightrope like killing himself. Then... you look like you'd rather kill me. Anyway, with Shiki the way he is now, you can't. Roa's invaded his mind enough already, so it's easy to see that if you stress him any further, his mind will collapse. If Shiki doesn't strain himself to stop us, he might have lasted for a few more days, but the way he is now, he can't resist Roa for long. Take a look. He's desperately resisting a headache right now. Like that, tonight would be... Huh? Hey, Shiki? Don't tell me you're already at your limit. Tohno-kun. Awareness. I still have my awareness. My body can still move. So why don't I feel like I'm alive? I'm losing my grip on reality. Tohno Shiki is fading away. Tohno-kun, hang in there, Tohno-kun. Ciel's voice. Even though she's holding me, I can't feel her at all. Shiki, if you can hear me, hurry. There's no time to hesitate or think things over. Arcueid's voice. Her hands grab my palm. What's there is my knife. You said it before, that at the very end, you'll kill Roa with your own hands. If you're ready, you have to kill him now. You're the only one who can kill him, so it's meaningless unless you kill yourself while you're still there. You can't, Tohno-kun. If you do that, you'll just die. If you just focus, you can resist the headache. You can come back, Tohno-kun. That's right. I was already prepared. Thump. Roa's mouth is already right there. Before that, I stare at my body. That point exists right on my scar. Come to think of it, Shiki said something like that. What kills a will is another will. Stop. Please stop. You can't be sure what Arcueid is saying is true, so why? I understand why Ciel's worried, but what Arcueid said is the truth. Because she's never lied to me even once. I placed the knife on my chest. Is this the good ending where I kill myself? What? There are 2 wills in one life, then with one death. With a simple calculation, only one will die. Hopefully the good end is like, I managed to kill Roa, but keep myself alive. Well, I think it's too simple, but I'll believe it. Even if it doesn't turn out like Arcueid says, no matter what. Roa will consume me eventually. Then, I'll kill you right here. Your reincarnation is at an end. What I see is my death, and the death of Roa's soul. After I sense someone gasping, squeeze, someone grips my hand. I can hear someone speaking softly. Hot blood courses through my body, and I feel someone embracing my back. I see, this is nothing. I'll probably, definitely survive no matter what happens. I believe firmly, and I strengthen my knife, or my grip around my knife. Roa, if what kills a will is a will, then you're alone, and there are 3 of us. There's no way we can lose. The power of friendship and love. Let's go. After walking down the usual road and entering the usual alley, I come out to a strange place. I never knew this place was on the way back from school to the mansion. A clearing. There's no walls around it, but I don't feel anyone else around here. It's so quiet that it feels like this is the only place in the world. And in it, someone sits on a bench reading a book. A man with long golden hair and small round glasses. With deep chiseled features and golden hair, there's no doubting that he's a foreigner. Despite his very set features, there's an atmosphere of softness to him. Even though he looks cold-hearted, his eyes seem gentle. It's probably because of that, so I talk to the strange person. After looking up, he asks me what I want. I inquire what he was doing. With a smile, he says that just like it appears, he's reading a book. I then ask if it's interesting. With a terribly kind smile, he declares that nothing is interesting at all. He stands up. He leaves the old book that he was reading on the bench. I call out to him. I tell him he forgot his book. Over his shoulder, he says he's done reading it. Oh, is that the book that, like, Shiki's been reading at night? The pages of the book are flipping, even though there's no wind. The pages unbind, and page by page they fly away as if they were disappearing into nothingness. Oh, as if hiding in the paper storm, the man's figure starts to fade away. I ask where he's going, but he just responds that he never was anywhere to begin with. There's only an observer who reads the book. If the book ceases to exist, the observer also ceases to exist. At last, all the pages fly away, and the book becomes nothing. The man's figure is obviously nowhere to be seen. If that's the case, it's no surprise the memories which do not belong to me of this place also disappear. The book carrying the memories of long reincarnation disappears. And the vampire called Roa gracefully dies after 800 years. Ah, okay. Alright. So it looks like everything worked out. I would hope so, with a good ending. Well, what happened from there? A small noise wakes me up. Creak, creak, creak. A sound like a burglar quietly opening a window. After that, footsteps come toward me. Shiki, it's morning, get up. Someone shakes me. Resisting my headache, I slowly open my eyes. Morning! It's great weather today, Shiki. Arcueid, you... Holding my still sleepy head, I look at the trespasser in front of me. Arcueid acts as if it were completely normal for her to be here, and I'm surprised at myself for feeling the same way for a brief moment. What? If you have something to say, you should just say it. You're always looking so troubled recently. Hey, whose fault do you think that is? It's because you do things that make my head hurt, starting early in the morning and cause me to have stress when I shouldn't have any. In the first place, if Senpai finds out, she'd kill me before she kills you. Really. Or, if Hisui came in right now, Akia would kill me before Senpai would. I want to know what the heck happened with the aftermath of, like, Kohaku. That's gotta be awkward, right? I almost killed her. And then I just took off and I just left for a while. In that case, you'd finally be breaking up with Ciel, right? I mean, Akia knows something's going on with me, right? So she'd probably just be like, okay, that wasn't actually Shiki that did that. That was like, something took over him. But that's okay. I'll take responsibility and take you with me. She laughs like it's funny. Of course, I'm not laughing at all. You're actually serious. Of course, I don't joke that often. That's true. Your existence itself is a joke. Hey, that's being discriminatory. You're so nice to everyone else, so why do you only say such things to me? She looks me right in the eye. I'm a bit troubled, as usual. Arcueid is without hesitation and doesn't take a man's heart into consideration. Of course, you can't be kind to someone who sneaks in no matter how many times you tell them not to. Come on, get out. I'm going to change. Looking away from Arcueid, who's directly in front of me, I stand up on the other side of the bed, as if running away from her. And then, knock knock. Sound echoes through the room. Shiki-sama, have you awakened? Hisui's voice. The clock says it's 10 minutes before 7. Crap. Arcueid, hurry, get out of the window. I hurry to the window and motion her to come to the window, but Arcueid just looks at me like she wants to say something and stays in the center of my room. Arcueid, please just get out. She's not listening. Shiki-sama, you are awake, are you not? Ah, wait, I'm changing, so just wait. Changing? I have your school uniform from here, however. No, that's not it. Anyway, please just wait. I'll be done soon, so please wait. I guess she didn't like me saying I'll be done soon, as Arcueid starts to look angry. What are you dissatisfied about, Arcueid? I can't do anything if you just selfishly come here and get angry. If you have something to say, just say it. I yell at her, but quietly. And then, because you don't play with me recently, so I thought I should trouble you a bit. Arcueid says quietly, Hey, I told you, students have things called exams and are busy until they're over. Once I'm done, I'll spend a whole day with you, so can you just leave for now? She really is just like a puppy. Or like a kid, like, I want to play with you. Guess if she's got no one else to hang out with, right? Really? You'll do that before Ciel? I'll try. Yay, it's a promise, okay? Then I'll be waiting outside. The light hop, Arcueid jumps out the window. Please excuse me. Hisui enters as if she were merely trading places. Shiki-sama? I heard voices speaking. Did anything happen? No, I was just musing. I'm sorry if it was confusing. Poem yet to be titled. That wasn't very amusing. She stares at me wordlessly. Arcueid's coming here practically every day, so Hisui might be catching on. My, look at the time. I'll hurry up and change and go to the sitting room, so please go ahead of me. I understand. Then please excuse me, Shiki-sama. With a succulent bow, she exits the room. Or succinct bow, I guess. I guess it's only a matter of time before she finds out. I have to somehow tell Arcueid not to come to my room at least in the morning. Good morning, Nissan. As soon as I enter the sitting room, Akia greets me with a bit of an edge to her voice. Morning, Akia. You're really taking your time this morning. I thought you needed to leave soon in order to be on time. Akia's ladies' boarding school is in the next prefecture. I didn't realize it until recently, but Akia won't make it to school on time unless she leaves 30 minutes before me by car. Nissan, did you forget what I told you last night? Winter break started yesterday for me. Since I go to a private school, it's on a different schedule than yours. Oh, now that she mentions it, she is in her normal clothes, meaning I'm the only one who's busy. If you understand, then please go to the dining room. Your breakfast should be prepared already. Okay, then I'll go right away. I leave behind Akia, who's already on break from school, and walk into the dining room. After breakfast, I return to the sitting room. Akia stares at me coldly, as if she was in a terrible mood. Akia? Did something happen? No, not really. Just while you were eating, a guest came for you, Nissan. A guest? This early? Yes, it seems she came to pick you up, an upperclassman from your school. I have her waiting at the entrance, so you should probably hurry. She glares at me. It seems like it wasn't my imagination that Akia is in a sour mood. No, more than that. It has to be Senpai who came here. I wonder what happened for Ciel-senpai to suddenly come pick me up today? I'm sure I'll find out when I see her. Well, I'm off. I have a test today, so I'll be back past noon. I'll look forward to it. When you come back, I want to hear your story about this Ciel-senpai. Giving an empty, scary smile, Akiya watches me leave. Oh, good morning, Tohno-kun. Just like I thought, the one waiting for me is Ciel-senpai. Yeah, good morning. Wait, senpai, why did you come to pick me up today? I ask her a perfectly natural question. Well, it's also an excuse for Hisui, who's watching things from behind. No, I don't have much of a reason. If I had to say, I just had a bad feeling. I see. I'm happy you worry about me, but it is a little troubling. Well, I think about how I should introduce her to Akiya. I'm not sure why, but I have this premonition that Akiya and Ciel-senpai won't get along at all. No, I'm pretty sure of it. Well, shall we go? We don't have that much time. Nodding yes, Ciel-senpai and I start to walk. Now, I can't remember from the last playthrough, but, like, does Akiya know who Ciel is? Does she know maybe that Ciel, like, is part of the church, had a vampire in her at one point, like, had Roa in her, like, there's something off about her, and Akiya doesn't like someone like Ciel hanging out with me? Because they do say that the Tohno bloodline has, like, you know, properties to them, that they're not fully human, or they've got something special, so Akiya... Well, I'm trying to think, wasn't Akiya the one, did she heal me before? Like, doesn't she have some abilities? I might be mistaken on that, but I guess we'll just have to find out truly once we do her route, which I think is going to be the next one. We await your return, Shiki-sama. Hisui sees me off past the gate. I'm surprised. Tohno-kun, you have such a cute maid see you off every morning. Yeah, but it doesn't really mean anything. I tell her not to, but she's just very conscientious about seeing me off, that's all. Hisui-san really is dedicated, but your family must be really rich to have maids. Ciel is awfully nosy. Was she talking to Hisui while I was eating breakfast? Senpai, I'll ask, but did you talk about something with Hisui? Yes, I heard a lot of things about you from Hisui-san. About how you indulge your sister, about how cute and spaced out you are in the morning, this and that. What do you mean? I don't really indulge Akiya. Oh, just like she said. She said you definitely say in response that you don't indulge your sister. Not just Kohaku-san, but even Hisui thinks that way? I want to see the interaction between him and Kohaku after that, but I guess they're just gonna let that lie. I don't really mean to indulge her, but they both seem to think so. Well, whatever. I guess this is some sort of fate, so do you want to come by my house after school? My sister's on break, so I'll introduce you to her. Yes, I'd also like to meet your sister, Tohno-kun. She smiles softly, but that smile quickly fills with hostility. Ciel-senpai? Still keeping her sharp glance, Ciel's looking around us. There. I was waiting, Shiki. Arcueid tackles me from behind. Oh, you fell down. How shameful. If you leave yourself so open because it's the morning, this is what happens. That's mistaken. That's terribly mistaken. Even if you're ready for it or keeping an eye out for it, nobody could survive being hit full force from behind by a speeding motorcycle. Stand up and dust myself off. And now, what are you doing? At the same time, Ciel-senpai screams loudly right beside me. Oh, you're here too, Ciel? Of course. Don't pretend like you didn't notice. You were sneaking behind us for a while, so there's no way you didn't notice me. That's rude. I really didn't notice, because it doesn't really matter to me and Shiki if you're here or not, right? In other words, she was just ignoring Ciel-senpai completely. You really don't learn a thing, do you? Tohno-kun is going to school, so please don't bother us. In the first place, there's no reason for you to stay in this country, right? Roa's gone, and there's no more dead apostles here. There's over 10 dead apostles running around on the loose, so you should go ahead and go after them. Yes, I plan on doing that without you telling me, but I have to take Shiki with me, so I have to reel him in first. Reel him in? Tohno-kun won't do any more dangerous things. Please stop involving Tohno-kun in your selfish circumstances. Let's go, Tohno-kun. You'll turn weird like her if you hang around this vampire too long. Grabbing my hand, she starts to walk down the hill. Oh, I don't care what you say about me, but Shiki's problem isn't anything you can decide. It doesn't matter what you think, but he doesn't hate me. If he says he'll help me, then you'll be the one getting in the way. Ciel freezes in her tracks. Tohno-kun, don't tell me you plan on helping her. Uh-oh, being stared at by those emotionless eyes is troubling. No, I never made that promise. Then please refuse her. Actually, you should tell her not to associate with you anymore. Senpai, do you really think I should do that? Of course you should. If you tell her directly, even she would. Do you think she'd go back? You may have forgotten, but I was saved because of Arcueid. So I don't know how to say it, but I can't really be hard on her. That may be true, but Ciel looks away, disappointed. But I still don't want that. We're lovers, so please don't let other women seduce you. Turning red to the tips of her ears, Ciel Senpai states it directly. Since she's so direct, I'm embarrassed, but happy, and turn red as well. Despite that, oh, you're pretty controlling, Ciel. There's still one that's open. Can't I? It's not like there's a rule against me chaining down Tohno-kun with my feelings. Is that so? I don't really care if Shiki likes someone else. If Shiki likes me, then the rest is my problem. She's like, I don't mind being a side piece. I don't mind if he likes someone else too. What? Ciel shakes her head in response to Arcueid's words. Well, I won't speak for you. To say I don't mind him just liking me comes with the condition he'll be mine in the end. In that regards, Shiki likes me, so maybe I'm the same as you, Ciel. I guess just loving him won't be enough soon. I cough out loud hearing that. Arcueid saying that with a smile. You can't do that. In the first place, Tohno-kun and I, we made love already, so there's no room for you. Made love? You mean connection between your bodies? Oh, I see. Shiki likes those kinds of things? With a smile full of meaning, Arcueid looks over at me. I feel a chill run through me. The instant I have a bad feeling about it. Arcueid grabs my arm and, without saying anything further, presses her lips to mine. I try to resist. Ciel watches it all in shock. Thump, my pulse. This is completely different from the time when she tried to get me to drink her blood. This really is a kiss to express love. Before I realize it, I answer her I answer her insisting tongue with my own. Maybe that's that little bit of blood that's she's kind of controlling me a bit. Thump, thump. Our matching breathing and pulses makes me not care about anything. I can't believe it. Ciel is in front of me, but what am I doing? Yeah, what are you doing? Arcueid steps back. I suck in my stopped breath, and I was excited by such an awful thing. See, it's easy. Ciel, you're pretty stupid to feel like you're insured by doing something anyone can do. What are you thinking, trying to go against me with just one act of love? With a big grin, Arcueid laughs as Ciel Senpai starts to shake. Even I can understand. Ciel Senpai is about to explode no matter who's nearby. Shiki, standing there's a little dangerous. Arcueid grabs my arm. Like that, she dashes down the hill, pulling me with her. Wait, you airheaded vampire! With a frightening sound that makes me scared to turn back, Ciel Senpai runs after us. Ciel is seriously angry, Shiki. Still holding my arm, Arcueid runs cheerfully. Well, I don't know what'll happen if Ciel catches up to me right now, so I should probably just keep running until she calms down. With Arcueid grabbing my arm, and having Ciel Senpai chasing us furiously, I can't help but let out a sigh. Probably, my life from now on would be like this forever. But I guess I was prepared for it, ever since Ciel Senpai became precious to me, but I was still attracted to Arcueid. I think I vaguely knew things might end this way. Tohno-kun, why are you running away with Arcueid? Circling her arms furiously, she chases after us. It's only a matter of time before she catches up. Well then, before that, I have to find a versatile and effective way to calm her down, because from now on, I'll be in this situation over and over and over and over. And that's the good ending, huh? That sounds exhausting. I don't know how I would feel about having that be my life, is just being caught between two very possessive girls who could kill me. Alright, now it's time for the true ending, which is to not obey Arcueid. But I can't listen. She might not be on guard right now as the perfection is fading from her body. Shiki, do you hate me? Her eyes look straight at me. I look at her face while being pinned down. Sincerely, so strongly it might burn my brain. I don't hate you, Arcueid. Really? She sounds very happy. My forehead is burning as my brain throbs horribly. Oh, okay, so this is what happened last time, was when I hit her with that, but then she came back and just started chasing after me. I definitely see one line of death, but I have to refuse. The one I love is Ciel, not you, Arcueid. Her eyes brim over with anger, but before then, I slice through the line on her neck. Shit. So I wonder if this time maybe Ciel's gonna jump in and, like, save me from Arcueid. Maybe I should have done the good ending last instead of the... Oh well, it's okay. Fresh blood spilling from her neck, Arcueid collapses. Slipping out from underneath her, I get away. I'm out of breath. I'm not hurt, but I can't run in this state. It's Arcueid. She should be able to heal such a wound and will come to attack me again. Arcueid? She doesn't even move. Blood flowing over the ground, her white body is covered in vermilion. No way. Did I kill her? Arcueid are stopping my legs that try to flee. I try to rush towards her body, but gasp. One of her arms on her collapsed body, or her collapsed figure, like a spider's leg, stands up on the ground. In that instant, the whole world freezes over. I will... Pants, pants, pants. From her neck spills her blood and her breath. Her arm tenses. Kill you. Pants, pants, pant, pants, pants. The vermilion blood continues to flow. Her body lifts slowly from the ground. I will. Heavy, rapid breathing turns to laughter. Her white body stained in blood. She raises her face. I can see her eyes gleaming between her golden hair. Her eyes are pitch black, and in them glows a fierce, fiery red. I will kill you. Pants, pants, pants. Ha 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 ha. Arcueid, her eyes are looking at nothing. She tries to lift herself with one hand, but every time she collapses back to the ground. She slips on her own pool of blood, and each time her body gets redder. Over and over. She tries to stand up, slips, and falls. It seems as if she's enjoying the cycle of failure. Just wait. I can't move. Her voice, her figure, her will flows compulsorily into my head. My will is flowing, fusing, merging. The whole world spins around me. In the middle of it all, her image dominates. That's right. I've never felt such shame before. I've never been so disgraced. That's why it's funny. I can't even imagine how much pleasure I'll get when I take this anger out on you, Shiki. Destroy, destroy, destroy. Slowly, completely, gently beyond comparison. Cruelly to the point of numbness, I'll violate your life. That's right. The instant I tear off your limbs, rip open your chest and pull out your intestines, biting into your neck as you ask for mercy, chewing through your eyes and spreading your brains on the ground like butter. Just wait. I'll kill you soon. Smiling, laughing insanely, Arcueid wallows in a sea of her own blood. I can't move. This isn't good. Even Roa can't move. If I stay here, I really will be killed. I have to escape. It doesn't matter where. If I don't get away from here quickly, I will be killed. But my legs won't move. Maybe they know that no matter where I run, she'll kill me. Tohno-kun, what are you doing? This way. That voice frees me from fear's grip. Senpai, just hurry, before she recovers, hurry. Ah, ignoring my bewilderment, she grabs my arm and starts to run. Hey, Senpai, why? It doesn't matter. I'm the one who wants to ask. Tohno-kun, you unfaithful cheater. After I told you not to leave my place, why did you go to meet Arcueid? No, this isn't the time to be calling me an unfaithful cheater. Senpai, that's not it. I'm sorry for leaving the room, but I couldn't resist it, so I went outside, and Arcueid was there. I'll hear your excuses later. Now, we have to hurry. Ciel keeps running, this direction. It seems like she's heading for the school. It always ends up back at the school, doesn't it? After running here, Ciel finally stops. Senpai, what the hell's going on? I understand why we got away from Arcueid, but why did we come to the school? Here, nothing else will get destroyed. Please, go into the school building ahead of me. What? Why? Arcueid is coming. Please, escape, Tohno-kun. Arcueid is coming. Is she going to chase us this far? I don't think that'll happen. Certainly, she was pretty screwed up, but please listen without getting angry. She really is a good person. I overdid it earlier and she got pissed, but if she recovers and calms down, she should. It's useless. In the first place, Roa, who's your enemy, is inside of you. And in addition, you wounded her that much. Right now, she's turned into a bloodthirsty vampire. She probably won't turn back to the Arcueid you know until she kills you. What? She'll be done healing soon, I imagine. She mutters and grabs my arm. We might have a bit of a chance inside the school building. In any case, to protect you, I have to settle it with her once and for all. Ciel? When she's active, her subordinate Roa also gets active. To suppress Roa, we must let her sleep or fend her off. So defeating her here is killing two birds with one stone. Let's go, she says as she pulls me into the school building. At night, the hallway is illuminated only by the moonlight. I think back to the events of last night. It seems I have no good memories whatsoever inside of my school at night. Please go up to the second floor, Tono-kun. Fighting her is my duty. No, this is my responsibility. So you go up to the second floor, senpai. I'll settle this. Tono-kun, I'll get mad. Ciel glares at me, but she seems to be getting more timid than angry. Senpai? Tono-kun, you know about my body, right? No matter what happens, I won't die, but a trivial wound could be fatal for you. Certainly, you might be able to defeat Arcueid using your eyes, but before that, she would just shred you apart. Tono-kun, didn't you even say it yourself that you'll make me happy? So I beg of you, please don't die here. But senpai, by yourself, you can't. Don't belittle me, please. I've already exterminated scores of vampires before. When it comes to defeating vampires, there's no one better than me. She strikes a confident, gutsy pose, but I see the tips of her fingers shaking. Is she scared? Even for her, who has exterminated numerous vampires. No, because she has. She knows Arcueid isn't a normal opponent. No, senpai. Even still, I don't want to leave her by herself and run away. Before I can voice the thought, she presses a finger to my lips and stops me. Tono-kun, you shouldn't say that. Please, listen to my selfishness. For once, I want to protect you out of my own will. If I don't do that, I'll never be able to face you with a smile from my heart. She says this with tears brimming in her eyes. Tono-kun, I came back this early because it was no good. There isn't a way to help you at the church. The only thing there were ways to try and use Roa to their advantage. There wasn't anything that could help you as his host. I see. Well, it can't be helped. It's not something for you to cry about, Ciel-senpai. No, if only I was better, I could have found something more, but I couldn't. That's why the only thing I can do now is to slow Roa's advance. It hurts. Even though I know the pain you're going through, I'm only selfishly thinking that I want you by my side as long as possible. I don't want to see her cry. I embrace her, so I won't be able to see it. Tono-kun, it's okay. I want to be with you as much as I can, too. No matter how much it hurts, I'll fight Roa until the very end. You weren't being selfish. I'm the one being selfish. But that... Don't get me wrong, I don't intend to lose to Roa. Before, Arcueid said something weird, so maybe there just might be a way left. Ciel, I won't lose. But my chances of stopping Arcueid are slim. That's why I leave it to you. You're unbeatable against vampires, right? Yes, thank you very much. Ciel's arm around my back tightens. As we hold each other, I try to put my lips onto hers. Then Ciel hops back like a rabbit. We can't kiss. If you do such a thing, I'll be too happy, and I wouldn't be able to concentrate. So let's just keep it as a hug for now. Yeah, I'll go away, but if you get in trouble, just call out for me. I'll come right away. Ciel nods silently. I put my trust in her and turn around. Please wait. Did you forget something? Yes. Tomorrow, let's go play. The three of us with Inoue-kun. We'll make up for that one time. She says so with a fleeting smile. I'm glad our promise meant so much to her. Usually when people say that kind of promise, it means they're gonna die, but I don't think that's gonna be the case this time. Yeah, then it's a promise. I stick out my hand. Yes, please keep it this time. Ciel's hand touches mine. After a vigorous shake, she pulls back. Now, please stay away. Her recovery seems to have completed just now. Nodding, I really turn my back to Ciel this time. It's quiet. I walk up the second floor while holding my knife and take a deep breath. I believe in Ciel. If she says she'll protect me, she'll definitely do so. Idiots. But I feel the same way too. Just like she told me she'll protect me, I want to protect her too. That's why I'm going to go back there right away. Even Arcueid should have an opening when she's fighting Ciel. In that instance, I'll give everything I have. I'll deal with you later, okay, Roa? I speak to myself as I look up at the moon. After I fend off Arcueid, I have to walk a tightrope with a very low chance of succeeding. There's no guarantee I'll survive. And in the first place, I don't even know if this method will work, but there's nothing else to do. If you have that power, someone told me before that there's a meaning behind having such power, and a time will come when I'll need to use it. Yeah, that's right. This is probably my duty, Sensei. I'm prepared. Now, I just have to figure out how to get Arcueid. The building shakes. A large crash, an impact like a dump truck slamming into the building at full speed. No way. The building is still shaking. It hasn't even been a minute since Ciel said Arcueid was done healing. From the park to here, such a distance. She came in just that amount of time? It's different. The severity is entirely different from the Arcueid I know. Senpai, who cares about taking her opening right now? Without thinking, I run with all my might. It's a nightmare. Ciel and Arcueid are in the hallway. In reality, that's all there is. That's all, but my legs freeze. This air, the air isn't normal. Everything. It's difficult to breathe as this whole place is filled with Arcueid's vampiric will, like I'm inside some living thing. In the middle of it all, the fight between Ciel and Arcueid ended really easily, so one-sided. Senpai, it's far, across a seemingly infinite gap. Her span, Ciel is almost killed by Arcueid. Ciel is almost dead, and she doesn't seem to see anything but Arcueid. Her arm reaches for Ciel's chest. With a sickening sound, she tries to rip out Ciel's heart. It's too much, even if she says she won't die. Pulling her heart out while she's still alive is too much. Stop! Arcueid turns around. She looks like she's staring at an insect. Just that causes me to forget that I'm alive. Oh, you're here too. Wait there, I'll be finished soon. Saying that, Arcueid destroys Ciel. She snaps her neck as she repeatedly tears her body apart with her other arm. Pretty stubborn, huh? I guess you won't die unless Roa is killed, Ciel. Slash. Splat. A cycle, like she said she experienced at the church. A cycle of reviving and dying. If I take in Roa, you have to continue living until I die. In order for you to die, you'd have to kill Roa with the holy sword of reincarnation criticism prepared by the church. So what? Ciel painfully responds, half-conscious. Is that alright with you? Roa's death means your death. If you destroy Roa, your body would return to a normal, boring human body. See, she says that's what she wishes for, but now she's like, now that I love someone, I don't want to die. That's what I wish for. I see. How pitiful. Your wish won't be granted. I'm going to take Roa back this time, for sure. By slicing apart that lump of flesh over there hundreds of times. Ciel's body convulses. Arcueid rips out Ciel's heart. Even still, Ciel revives and coughs up blood. Arc. Something snaps. My headache rages. I feel sick. You, shut the hell up. I slam my head into the wall. Look, this isn't the time to pay attention to him. I can't let her lay even one more finger on Ciel. Look, give your brain a strain that could burst your blood vessels, and look. Look at the death that would kill the vampire. Why? I almost go crazy. The death of animals, the death of plants. I can even see the death of the air before me. But Arcueid has nothing which could cause death on her. Before, someone told me that true ancestors are a perfect life just by being in this natural world. They're an extension of nature, so they can draw as much power from the source called Earth. That's why they won't die. They have no limits. So that means that they're only perfect in this natural world. Look for it. It has to exist. If I can see the death of everything, the point has to exist somewhere. I was mistaken. There are no causes of death on Arcueid. In that case, first, I have to take that which makes it so. I found it. It's far away, but I can't allow any more of this. Arcueid. Her hand stops. Follow me. I'll kill you out there. Wow. I love the confidence, saying that I jump out the window and onto the school grounds. In the center of the ground, it's far. Can I make it? She pursues me with light footsteps. It's far, but I'll strike first this time. Ha! I reach the middle of the school ground. Arcueid comes straight at me. Before that, I take my knife and stab the large point at my feet. The death of the very... How convenient that the death of the world just happens to be at the school grounds. The death of the very world around me. A distortion. With this, it's over. Everything around here. I killed the nature that Arcueid draws all her power from. You've thought well, Shiki. Arcueid comes towards me. Her body is filled with death now. All right, I can do it. I can kill Arcueid like this. But before I confirm my victory, blood pours from my mouth. Oh, Probably because her movements were so fast. I just couldn't believe it. I didn't feel pain or shock or anything. The slicing sound finally reaches my ears. The sound of blood pouring forth. Looking down, Arcueid's claws pierced through my chest before I even realized it. Ah, I feel faint. Everything starts to fade away quickly. Her arm is thrust through my chest, impaling me. That's a fatal wound for a normal human being. But I won't die just yet. With the way I am now, I'll still be able to live for a bit longer, and then hopefully Ciel will be able to heal me. From my ankles, the pitch-black shadow of death starts to creep upwards. I don't care. I forcefully swallow the blood pouring from my mouth, and I slice the line on her chest with one hand. Gah, Arcueid's voice. I can barely hear it. My head is fading. Is it the pain from Arcueid piercing my chest? Or is my brain about to burn out from being strained to the limit? Well, whichever it is, it doesn't change the fact that my death is coming. I start to feel faint. But before that, with this knife, I have to cut her line. Disappear, you vampire. Don't fool around. I won't die with such a thing. Her hands grab my head, but faster than Arcueid's hands trying to squeeze my head, I slice my knife down to her thigh. Just go away. I'll take Roa with me. Without your help, I'll kill him. So disappear. I don't want to fight you. What are you saying? You're the one who refused me. Her grip increases. The sound of my skull fracturing. I'll kill Roa right here. I told you, I won't go back unless I do so. You stupid woman. My knife swings again. With a slice, I cut off her arm. Her white arm falls to the ground. Arcueid staggers back. As soon as I see that, I crumple to the ground. Like a puppet with its strings cut, I collapse on my rear end. Shiki, I hear Arcueid's voice. I hear Arcueid's somewhat hesitating voice. I can't speak well. If I move my throat, the only thing that pours forth is red blood. Shiki, fading. The pressure and killing aura Arcueid was exerting is fading away. Is it because of her wounds? Or is it because the wounds she gave me were so terrible? She's returning to the Arcueid I once knew. Thank God. I don't know what's so good, but hang in there, Shiki. If you become mine, that wound will be nothing. She reaches out to me. With a hazy mind, I lift my hand and stop her. Why? Shiki, you'll die like this, you know? Look, I'll forgive you for earlier, and I won't worry about Ciel either. I don't want you to die, Shiki. So please, please become mine, Shiki. Back and forth, even though I can barely breathe, I shake my head no. I don't understand. If you die, Roa will just reincarnate. Even you hate Roa, right? If you die like this, he'll just take over your body. Oh, yeah, certainly. I can't let that happen. But if I just follow Arcueid, I think the same thing will happen. So I wonder if I'm going to kill myself here and then be like, if Roa's dead, then that means Ciel can become a normal person. Which is what she wanted, but she'll probably be upset about that because now she doesn't want to live without me. In the end, Roa will not disappear by his own will unless Arcueid turns to acknowledge him. No, I can't do what you say. Why? Do you really hate me that much, Shiki? Don't be crazy. Even as a lie, I can't. Please, I know how you feel, but please forgive him. Roa simply wanted for you to like him. For that, he reincarnated over and over. He was looking forward to your arrival each time. But he's a human. He's not an existence that can live for a long time like you do. For humans, immortality is too far away. Roa believed his method of reincarnation would let him exist forever. But even that has its limits, because that method was the same as making descendants, which shared his same past and goals, but not creating another self for him. Roa is as good as gone now. He's just an existence which does the same thing over and over again because of his past. So I have to end it for him. Shiki, you're already... Sanity returns to Arcueid's eyes. The deep crimson of her eyes thins to red. Her golden hair flutters underneath the moon. There's the Arcueid that I liked. I look up at her as if staring at the moon. I'm sorry, Ciel. I can't help but think she's incredibly beautiful. Those red eyes, those resolute yet friendly eyes, her white, slender curves, even the gash I just gave her on her chest that's welling up with blood. Everything about her. She really is. Arcueid really is beautiful. That's why it's so unfortunate. The vestiges of my chest tighten at the thought that it has to end like this. Damn it, if only Arcueid had returned to sanity just a bit faster, none of this would have had to happen. I see, Shiki, you're already one with Roa? I don't know, just all of this was too much. Right now, as I speak, my memories are disappearing. Ciel said something like that. If I tried too hard to see something that shouldn't be seen, my blood vessels would burst, and I'd lose my mind. Shiki, you idiot. Are you saying you'll let Ciel kill you? Of Of course not, but I'm already like this thanks to you. I probably can't hold on for long. Arcueid looks down at herself, her chest, and the large slash wrought by my knife. I don't believe it. Until now, I've never met someone who could wound me this much. There's a faint glimmer of resentment and regret in her voice. It really is too bad, but it looks like I'm at my limit as well. I need to return to my castle quickly to heal this wound. Right, so you should just hurry up and get out of here. She doesn't answer. It probably wasn't even a brief pause, just for that instant. It's probably that I want to treasure the last moment before we parted. Arcueid gives me an amazed sigh. You're such a mean guy. You say mean things until the very end, but you know what? I liked that about you, Shiki. Saying that, with a smile to the very end, her body disappears like fading mist. I see, we were the same after all. Thinking that aloud, I look up at the moon. In the end, it really was just a brief moment, but we both returned to the relationship we had when we first teamed up together. I really liked her. It had nothing to do with the Roa inside of me. Just, she attracted me. That's why parting like this after we were fighting only moments ago is too painful. Why did it turn out like this? Our relationship. I don't think we made that many big mistakes. The blood doesn't stop. I try to breathe, but blood just flows forth from my mouth like a pump. I'm almost gone. Arcueid should have taken it easy on me. If I get such a big hole in my chest, even a half-vampire like me can't be saved. Thump. It's not my heart. The beating of my heart is long since stopped. The only pulse remains is in my head. It's probably because I strained myself too hard to get Arcueid back. Tohno Shiki begins to fade, and Roa becomes stronger. My body is almost completely dead. After I die, Roa will take over. Even though I can't, Roa would probably find a way to heal himself. If that happens, I would make the same mistake Ciel did. And where is she, by the way? I guess still recovering. She did get pretty messed up. I'm sorry. That's all I can say. I really can't keep conscious. Before that, I look at myself. The point is on my scar. The point of my death, of Roa's death. Tohno-kun, you said it yourself, that you'd make me happy, so please don't die here. That's why all I can do is apologize. I can't ask for forgiveness. Even though I wanted to do so much, it turns out I won't be able to do anything for her. And at least in the very end, I should release her from her terrible fate. Taking a deep breath, place my knife onto my chest. The point is at the tip of my knife. All that's left is for me to push. Just that. Stop. I can hear a voice. It has to be a hallucination. Tohno-kun. A crying voice calls out from the school building. Looking up, I see a fully healed Ciel running towards me. Stop it. If I see her face, I'll lose my resolve. Probably, I'll feel sorry and be unable to finish this. That's why, before she comes, I strengthen the power in my hand. The knife slides silently into my body. With just that, the voice disappears. An old book. I thought I saw an illusion of it disappearing page by page into the darkness. With that, I was able to fall into the deepest darkness I fell into years ago. Damn! Am I just straight up gonna die, or is she gonna somehow revive me at the end? Tohno-kun! Tohno-kun! I hear a voice. Tohno-kun, why? See? Just as I thought. No, I don't want this. If I heard this crying voice. Why? You said you wouldn't die. I knew I would regret it. Okay, so how is this going to continue? Are we just going to continue on with Ciel, or did I somehow, like, survive at the very end? I wouldn't be surprised if I made it through this somehow and lived my happy life with Ciel. And there we go. It was a hospital room that somehow seemed nostalgic. I let out a breath. I'm alive, of course you are. My chest moves up and down as I breathe. A comfortable breeze blows in through the open window. The yellow curtains sway playfully in the wind. The fresh blue sky is enough to take my breath away. The air is warm like a spring day. I'm alive. I look around as I speak to myself in amazement. There's no one else in the spacious room. I'm lying in bed with an IV in my right arm. There's a large bandage on my chest. What's this? I take out the IV and remove my bandage. There's nothing under the bandage. Only my chest. Having a bandage there means there's a wound, but there's not a trace whatsoever of anything. I tilt my head to the side questioningly. Did I do something to get a wound on my chest? I look over to the open door. From the empty hallway, some unknown child peers into the room. Before I could call out, the child walks away somewhere. What was that just now? Something. I feel like I forgot something. Tohno, I'm coming in. The door gets knocked, and Arahiko walks into the room. Yo, you're up? Good, good. We really couldn't talk much yesterday, but you seem a lot better now. He cheerfully walks over to the side of the bed. Arahiko, what are you doing? Huh? What am I doing? I'm here to check up on you. You asked me that yesterday, too. You must still be out of it. Check up? On who? I'm sure your head would space out after sleeping for 2 months, but don't keep asking me the same thing you asked me yesterday. Oh shit, so I've been out for 2 months? It's about your body. Didn't the doctor tell you about it? Saying that, Arahiko takes a seat in a nearby chair. Eh? I get even more confused, and I hold my head. Oh, the doctor didn't say anything? You've been here for a long time, you know. Yeah, well, I kind of figured that, but... The doctor did say you might not know what's going on. Well, I guess it can't be helped. I guess it's more friendly for me to tell you than having a doctor tell you. Crossing his arms and nodding to himself, Arahiko looks me in the eye. It was 2 months ago. You were found collapsed on the ground at school. Ground? Why's that? Now that he mentions it, I feel like I know something. It seems the track and field club found you during morning practice. They came around 5 o'clock in the morning, so they say you must have collapsed there during the night, but what's the truth? Even if you ask, I don't know. I wonder if Ciel will have, disappeared at this point. Like, maybe she's... I don't have any memory of her, or, I'll have a slight memory of her, but maybe she's just like, I'm gonna go. First of all, you say I was collapsed on the school grounds, but I never even go near there. Right, well anyway, you were found there collapsed. You weren't hurt or bleeding, so you were taken to the clinic because they thought it was your anemia. But you never woke up. So we called your house, and then you were brought to the hospital. You've been in a coma for about 2 months. Arahiko tells me an amazing story. A coma for 2 months? That's usually... Yeah, even the doctors seem to have thrown in the towel. To be in a coma for even a week means you're a vegetable. And yesterday, you just woke up and said, Yo, Arahiko. That's a good friend right there. Even thinking there's no way he was going to come out from it, Arahiko probably visited me every day. I thought my heart would stop. He laughs heartily. Well, you were always the kind who could have died any moment anyway, so since I was thinking you'd be like that forever, it surprised me even more. Arahiko, I'm in that kind of situation, and you're saying pretty mean things. It's fine, because you healed, but it was quite the amazing time while you were a vegetable. Even though they said you had no hope of recovery, Arahiko-chan came and visit you every day, or Akia-chan came and visited you every day. Senpai would come there. Okay, so Senpai's around, good. Would come there at the time too, so it was really hard to be here. Arahiko gives a meaningful laugh. Wait a minute. Wait, Arahiko, what's with the Akia-chan? Akia-chan's Akia-chan. It's your younger sister, and every time we see each other, our relationship gets closer and farther. Akia. So she came to visit me. Hearing that, I remember about Akia. Like Arahiko said, I must still be out of it. It's like I forgot about everything outside of this hospital room. Well, I remember whenever he tells me about it, so it doesn't really matter. But I feel really light and feel like something strange. You met Akia? Sorry, Arahiko, she's pretty uptight, right? She says some harsh things sometimes, but please overlook it. Pretty? Sometimes? Amazing, Tohno. I never thought you were that great of a guy until now. Sitting in the chair with his arms still crossed, he laughs out loud. Arahiko is like he usually is. To be honest, I don't know what happened to me, but his infinite supply of cheerfulness does calm me down. Leaning back on the bed, I take a deep breath. Oh, it's about time for examination. Then, I'll see you later. I was going to bring Senpai along, but she said she wouldn't come because she knew she was going to see you at school. Senpai? Yeah, we've been taking turns seeing you. Well, yesterday you woke up and hugged her right away, so she kind of got angry and said she wouldn't come here anymore. She was angry, so you should think of an excuse or something. Saying that, Arahiko leaves the room. Senpai? I can't quite remember. To me, there's only one person who I call Senpai. Person's name, face, and personality. I know them all, so why? Why do I feel like I shouldn't think deeply about this senpai? I feel light. It's probably because I've been asleep for 2 months and my body doesn't move at all. I feel like something's missing. Come to think of it, there's one other thing that's strange. I remember seeing this hospital room before, but if my memory serves me correctly, that hospital room from 8 years ago has to have been long gone by now. The following day I returned to the mansion, probably because I was asleep for so long. It feels like forever since I've been back at my own house. Before I go to the door to the mansion, I take a walk in the woods and come out to a strange place. I never knew it. I never knew there was a Japanese-style building like this here. I hear a commotion behind me. I whirl around and see some kid just standing there. Did he get lost? I mean, it's obviously me, right? That's the me from when I was like from 8 years ago. He seems quite detached, almost like a ghost or something. It's just on his chest. The scar on his chest, showing through his kimono, is terribly... Shiki-san, what are you doing? Ah, Kohaku, hey. So we're not going to be awkward about me almost killing you a couple of months ago, huh? Kohaku-san? Yes, I came to greet you. I was waiting for you by the doorway, but you headed towards the garden instead. I was a little surprised. As usual, Kohaku-san has that cheerful smile. Well, I was just walking around. Kohaku-san, do you know who that kid was? Huh? A kid? What do you mean? It seems like Kohaku-san didn't see him. No, if you didn't see him, that's fine. Shall we go back? Akia's probably waiting. Yes, Akiya-sama didn't say anything, but she was pacing back and forth in the lobby all morning. I'm sure she's anxiously waiting for you, Shiki-san. Oh, then I should hurry up, or who knows how mad at me she'll get. Let's hurry, Shiki-san. Kohaku-san takes my hand, and we run to the mansion. As we leave, I felt like someone called me, and I looked back at the Japanese-style building. Is it an illusion? The kid just stares as we run towards the mansion, as if he wanted to say something. Judging by the scar on the chest, I'm guessing that's like the younger version of me, but it could be the original Shiki as well. Although that guy looks nothing like the Shiki that we saw, who has grown up. Even if something does seem missing, the life of Tohno Shiki returns to normal. I'm back at the mansion. Akiya scolds me. Hisui wakes me up in the morning, and after eating the breakfast Kohaku-san made, I leave the mansion. There's something missing. Without being able to remember what it is, I get to school. Yo, morning. You can come back to school now? Arihiko greets me cheerfully. I heard you had to rehabilitate for a while. I see. For you to come to school like this must be because of that. Arihiko gives a meaningful laugh. I understand. It's only a month until graduation. It means you can be together for only a bit longer. What do you mean? Together? With who? With who? Of course, you and... Arihiko cuts off. I hear quick footsteps. Underneath the bright early spring sunshine, breathing quickly, she appears before me. Good morning. Great weather today, isn't it, Tohno-kun? She gives me her usual smile. Senpai. I gasp. That's right. Why couldn't I remember about her until now? Tohno-kun? I said good morning. Oh, yeah. Good morning, senpai. I reply awkwardly. She seems a bit puzzled and tilts her head. Geez, you finally got out of the hospital, but you're not cheerful at all. I was so looking forward to seeing you again. Looking forward to... Why can't I remember? Did something happen? I feel like something very important happened between the two of us, but I can't remember. All I can remember is she's a third-year upperclassman who took a liking to me and Arihiko for some reason, and that we would spend lunchtime together. I can't remember. I can't remember anything else. It's like I forgot about everything else because it was so sad or difficult that I cut the unneeded memories away. Tohno-kun, did you forget our promise? Senpai looks at me disappointedly. Promise. An important promise. Hey, you said the three of us would all hang out in town, but you collapsed the day before that and you had to go to the hospital. She looks like she was really looking forward to that little thing, so I didn't care about anything else. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yes, please don't forget it this time, Tohno-kun. No, you can go ahead and forget, Tohno. Then Senpai and I can have fun by ourselves. Arihiko repeats what I heard sometime before. That won't do. We may not have a chance to do this again, so this time it has to be the three of us. She seems unusually angry. That's not true. We're still students, so we can always hang out. Certainly you and Tohno-kun will have lots of free time, but I'll be very busy starting in spring. The university I plan on attending is a little far, so it won't be easy to come back here. Ah, that's right. Senpai, you... Arihiko stops mid-sentence. I don't understand what she's talking about, though. After I graduate, I plan on going overseas to study. It's always been my dream to become a master at crafting cakes. With such a smile, Senpai says something outrageous. Senpai, then you won't be staying here? I'll stay here. My house is here, so I don't plan on going to live over there. I can't exactly leave my father alone either. Wait, I thought she... Did she kill her parents? I thought, like, that was the whole thing. Like, she was reincarnated and she killed her parents when she was young. Huh. The person I'll be studying under is very strict, so I won't be able to come back for at least 3 years. What? But it's always been my childhood dream. The place I'm going to work at is a live-in employee as a craftsman for the king. Normally, non-relatives are not allowed to work there, but he told me I had great talent, so I'm able to go there. Senpai happily speaks of another world I didn't even know existed. Oh, that's great, but she'll be gone for 3 years? Thank you very much. 3 years is a long time, but you can wait that long, right, Tohno-kun? Senpai gives a faint smile to hide her embarrassment. Now, don't be unfaithful because I'm gone, Tohno-kun. You have a tendency to get swept away easily, so really, I want to take you with me. Senpai sighs. Senpai? But that just can't be. You're still a student, and it would be impossible to convince Akiya-san in a year or two. So this time, I'll just trust you and leave for 3 years. Senpai declares this fiercely. Arahiko takes it all in with his mouth hanging wide open. So, this may be the last time the three of us get to play together. So this time, please, let me make a good memory out of it. She sounds truly happy as she says this. Throb. It feels like the scar on my chest hurts. Tohno-kun? What's wrong? Grabbing your chest like that? Are you still hurt? No, not really. My chest was never injured, so it's just your imagination. As I answer, it feels strange. It's like something is inconsistent. The first bell rings. Morning homeroom is about to start. I'll come along at lunch break, okay? Senpai disappears toward the school building. Before she can do that, I ask her a question. Senpai, your father, what kind of person is he? Eh? Tohno-kun, you know my father, don't you? My family has a bakery at the nearby town, and you came to buy from there before. Oh my god, I'm so confused. She did talk about the bakery that her parents had, and that she didn't work at it, and she says, like, she can't, she has a hard time waking up early, but I thought in the flashback, when she was young, she talked about how she killed her parents, didn't she? Am I getting this wrong? She sounds truly happy as she says this. Now that she mentions it, I think it did happen. But that's wrong. Senpai, there's no way your father can be alive. Tohno-kun? Senpai calls out to me. Everything suddenly turns cold. You realized it, Tohno-kun. She asks me somewhat sadly. Yeah, I did. I say that as tears fill my eyes. I wish I'd never realized it. And I could have continued to live happily in this world where no one gets hurt. Amazing. Normally people never realize it. Usually, they ignore all the inconvenient inconsistencies. Yeah, even if it was a little strange. If I was happy, I should have ignored it. It's right, to not be able to lie about such things. You really are honest. Senpai, the girl who looks like Senpai, says this with incredible sadness. I really feel sorry, and regret tightens in my chest, but it really couldn't be helped. My school life from before, the Ciel Senpai that seems like she lived in this town, the Tohno Shiki who survived that wound without a single scar on his chest. These days similar to the original days without a single moment of unhappiness. That was just too happy, and I knew this was a dream. Oh shit. Geez, you are always like this, Tohno-kun. Even though you overlook so many trivial things, you realize the one thing you really wish you wouldn't. But that is one of your good traits, I suppose. But still, she looks at me regretfully. You should have at least overlooked it this time. Senpai disappears, and so does the world. It disappears in the same way, and everything disappears. The world returns to the way it should be. I died. Now, if I was dead, I even wouldn't have seen such a dream, so I might be on the very verge of death then. Well, it's certain that this has to be quite close to death. Strangely, I'm not afraid. No matter if I'm already dead, or about to disappear, or have already disappeared. Right now, that person is more important to me than myself. Senpai, the person who was smiling before me earlier. Ciel, who so happily told me this fairy tale. Without pain or suffering. A completely ordinary life, a story as she wanted. No sadness at all, just a very commonplace life. A radiant world. To me or Arahiko, it was a completely boring repetition of days without any value. That boring thing was, to her, it was an unfulfillable dream. Thinking aloud, I feel sad. I selfishly ended my life. I didn't think deeply about what would happen afterwards. This was what her dream was, and no matter how terrible I became, or how pitiful I become, maybe I should have stayed beside her, being helped by her and protecting her. That's the wish of the person called Ciel. It's not the wish of you yourself as Shiki, so you don't need to worry about it, right? Eh? Tohno Shiki has acted on what he thought was the best choice. You don't need to burden yourself with what Ciel wants. If you do that, you'll be burdened by someone else's dream like earlier. Although there's no one else other than me here, I can hear someone else's voice. Yeah, you woke yourself up from the dream, so there's nothing else here besides Shiki. You see, you can use your brain a little, Tohno Shiki. Then you are... No, I don't want you to get the wrong impression. Roa was killed by you already. In the first place, if Roa still existed, then there'd be no way you could exist, even though you're already dead. I don't quite get it. What am I right now? Let's see, maybe you're on the verge of losing yourself? The time you stabbed yourself and the time you died. I think that this is the brief moment in between the two. Something snaps. I see a projection of the familiar hospital room. A thing called a dream cannot be something completely unknown. Any story is only an extension of what that person knows. So the dream you saw has some truth about reality, such as, like, becoming a vegetable without gaining consciousness. Yeah, that at least is true. After you stabbed yourself, you were still left without waking up. This instant is really just a small gap of time between the two. When you wake up from this dream, you'll simply be comatose, not even able to dream. And what will happen to Senpai? I don't know, but shouldn't you think about yourself more than other people? It won't be bad, so just close your eyes again. This time, try not to wake up. If you do that, then you can watch that happy dream again. I don't understand. Who are you? Hey, that doesn't really matter. If you wake up, you won't even be able to dream. You just become a pile of organs, you know? So it's just better to sink back into that dream. You really did well. It's too bad for that person, Ciel, but you and I also had horrible luck. So I think we could at least see a happy dream, you know? Who are you? You just said that earlier yourself. Since you woke up from that dream, there's nothing else here besides Shiki. So I must probably look like this. Kid? Hey, excuse yourself. I'm a year older than you know? Tohno Shiki's only 8 years old, right? With that in mind, I've existed for almost 9 years. Then you are... That's it. I was cast away until now. But since you fell into the same place, I called out to you. But it's not like we're actually separate people. We're the same existence, after all. Even if you forget, you are the Shiki that's the extension of me. But in my case, I'm your foundation, but not your past. So I'm just trash. Well, it's difficult to talk about, so let's leave it aside. I don't understand. What does that trash want to make me do? It's what I've been saying. I'm warning you not to wake up. I mean Tohno Shiki's reality is nothing more than spending the rest of your life in a coma. If you awake to that, you won't even be able to dream. Even though you could manage your body, your brain would not function. In other words, death. Not death to your existence, but the death of your will. In that situation, you wouldn't need to die, right? Even if you woke up, you can't live in reality. I'd be much happier if you just watched a dream about reality here. What is that? Even if I just slept the rest of my life, dreaming selfishly isn't fun at all. It's true, you could either wake up to reality and face the death of your will, or you could stay here and dream. No matter which, there really isn't much of a difference. If you wake up to reality and die, you wouldn't trouble yourself like this. If you call that happiness, it's probably many times happier. What? But I want you to dream. We have the same name, but the dreams we see are different. My dreams are usually about that day, or the days I had until I was 9 years old. That may be happy, but there's no future for Shiki there, such as getting older, having a person you like, living busily every day. My reality, my knowledge, the future I can imagine from that is so small and hopeless that I can't even imagine those things. But your dreams are different. What's normal scenery for you looks brilliant to me, even if they are just dreams. But with my limited years, I can't even think of your dreams by myself. If you can't stand your selfish dream, then I can help a little. I can let you remember the other things you forgot that happened in the past. We work together to fool each other. We can see a somewhat happy dream. It seems you don't like that. I guess once you realize the truth, you have to wake up. But your reality is already over. Certainly, dreams can't compare to reality. But still, if you try, I think you could at least become a bit happy, right? No, wouldn't we be the only ones being happy there, Shiki? You're stupid. It's simple to be happy by yourself. If you start to think about others, it gets much more difficult. As a result, even what's good or bad becomes too difficult to figure out. And in reality, you and I never did anything wrong, but this is how we ended up, right? See? That's the person you are, Shiki. You've only had things stolen from you, so you shouldn't worry about making others happy. It may be true, but still, I made a promise not to leave her alone. If everything before, if everything right now, if all of it's a dream, I have to wake up. Even if there might be nothing for you if you wake up, because she's waiting, I have to go back, even if it means my death. I promised I'll be there where she's waiting. I see, then, this is goodbye. I couldn't leave you alone, so I lent you a hand. But like I thought, you don't need me now. All the same, it really was fun. I was able to see a good dream that maybe my future could be like that. What's this? Shaking my hand all of a sudden. It's just weird. I even feel weird, but it can't be helped because I can't give you it unless we do this. Even though we're the same, we're part of this much, we need an image to merge. Well, I guess it's useless for me to tell you because you've never forgotten about it. Hey, you're disappearing. You're starting to form shape. It's about time for our goodbyes. I'll forget about you, so please forget about me. Now, it's meaningless to go back to the Shiki before becoming Tohno Shiki. Yeah, about her? I like her too, so I agree on the fact she's more important than you. But you know, if that's the case, never do something stupid again to make her cry, okay? And he disappears. No, maybe died would be closer in meaning. I feel a strange pain. Missing something I won't be able to get back. I feel sad about something. Even though I tried to remember, I didn't quite grasp that it was nostalgia. My consciousness returns. I wake up from a moment's dream. That dream disappears, and I disappear. The only thing waiting for me is death. Aimlessly, the morning light shines. My mind is hazy. I still can't think of anything. My body's collapsed. My head is on something soft. That's strange. I should have woken from that dream already. I open my eyes. I see her crying face. Man, what a whiplash. Was like, I lived. No, I actually died. Nope, I actually lived. I'm good. I just reach out my hand and touch her cheek. Her tears course down my fingers. Without a doubt, these warm tears are real. She doesn't say anything. Neither do I. I don't feel that words are necessary. I just feel her warmth against me. Thump. In the night sky, the moon still hangs from the time Arcueid disappeared, and my chest is covered in blood. But the gaping wound has closed. Did she heal me? Or did the wound never exist in the first place? Well, if I'm alive, it's just a trivial matter, since I'm able to exist right here, now. Tohno-kun, can you understand me? Her shaking voice. I'm surprised. Senpai, you're really crying. Yes, I've never felt like this ever before. Isn't that a bit much, Senpai? I ramble with my hazy head. I feel spaced out. There's no headache. There's no pain. I don't know what happened to Roa or what happened to me. All I know is Ciel's here with me in the morning light. What happiness. What I want is all right here before me. Thank goodness. I can keep my promise. I say that after a long sigh. What are you saying? Aren't we supposed to go with Inui-kun and hang out today after school? So we really don't have time to just sit here all day, do we? She speaks and gives me a mischievous smile like before. I see. Then I should get up. Ow. As soon as I try to get up, my chest stabs with pain. Oh, don't move yet. It was a big wound, so you should stay like this for at least another hour. Ciel, you really contradicted yourself. You know that, right? Yeah, it seems so. I seem to have lost my mind since you woke up. She gives a deep blush. Oh man, I'll be bored if I have to stay like this for another hour. All I can move is my arms, and she should get tired from having my head on her lap for an hour. Sorry. Doesn't this tire you out? You can let me sleep on the ground. What are you saying? I'm doing this out of my own will, so please indulge my selfishness. Her cheeks turn even redder as she continues to look at me. If I stayed like this, I thought you might do it. I remember. Come to think of it, I think we made a promise like that before. Yeah, I want to do so too. Saying that, I reach out to her face with my only free arm. She quietly lowers her face. Our lips meet deeply. After what feels like an hour, we separate. I'm speechless, just at last for real. I feel like I've woken from a long sleep. First, good morning, Ciel. Yes, good morning, Tohno-kun. since her smiling face and her tears are more glorious than anything on this earth. I relax and close my eyes. Eh? Tohno-kun. Tohno-kun. Sorry, senpai. I just want to sleep a little longer. I really felt relaxed, and all my tiredness returned. If I can, I want to sleep in senpai's arms, but I don't think it's possible. You can just put me somewhere, so when classes start, wake me up. She sounds a little disappointed, but really, I'm sleepy right now. I understand. I'll carry you to my room, but is that okay? Isn't that bad? We'll miss school if we do that. It's okay. Let's skip for today. Besides, there are a lot of things I want to ask you about, Tohno-kun. And then I feel myself being lifted. Senpai, the clinic is fine. We don't have to go to your room. Denied. Tohno-kun, you have to tell me what you did with Arcueid when I wasn't there. She's like, bitch, did you think I forgot about that? Ciel smiles as she holds me. There's enough intensity to almost banish all traces of sleepiness away. Let's go. The sun is just rising, so if we hurry, no one will see us. Senpai, that's why the clinic is much bet- Ugh. With a light stomp, Ciel takes a huge leap. I feel weightless, like I'm floating in space. At this rate, we really will be at Ciel's apartment soon, but I feel like I really have fallen in love with a surprising person, but I'm more than prepared. Even though I've settled the problem with Roa, Senpai has her own problems as well. I don't think we can return to a peaceful life. But even still, I've decided to be with this person already. No matter what happens in the future, we'll get through it together. That's right, Shiki. I whisper to the person in my dream. Well then, first things first. I have to start seriously thinking about what I should tell her about Arcueid. Yeah, there we go. Woo, that was a long one. Alright, whew, long episode, but there we go. Ciel playthrough is done. Which ending did I prefer? I think personally, I think I like the true end better. I think the whole thing, like, it's fun, the idea of Arcueid and Ciel fighting over Shiki, but that just seems like it'd be so exhausting all the time and very dangerous. So I don't know, I have a little bit of a nod to the true ending. You know, Arcueid's not dead in the true ending. She just has to, like, go and recover. So we'll probably see her again at some point, especially because Arcueid and Ciel, I'm sure it's not going to be the last time they'd meet up and fight each other. But yeah, I liked it overall. Ciel is a very mysterious person, so we got a lot of insight into the whole thing about the church, about vampires a little bit more, and that was quite a surprising revelation about Ciel, about who she actually is. But with that, the next episode is going to be the beginning of the Akia one, and she's another mysterious one, and it seems like she does have some powers, or there's something. She does have that Tohno blood in her, so like she's just basically been a side character, so it will be interesting to see, like, to learn more about Akia. What I don't like is I'm assuming we're gonna have a romance with her, which I hate that idea. I know we're not actually blood siblings, but still, ick, considering that they were raised together as siblings pretty much. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned next week for the beginning of the Akia route. Until then, bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Revealing Storm, Emily Hornsby, Henry98, Linz VA, Kenju Storm, and Icognito.